Larissa, take these with you. What is this, Mama? It has guided me throughout my life and has protected me from the forces of evil. During good and bad times of my life, I've looked to this doll to achieve a profound concentration on my goals and my future. In my family, many have used this for harm and vengeance. But let me warn you, malice and ill will is never a good idea. I've brought these back from my land, where they were blessed by a priest. I knew they would come in handy one day. Larissa Pravuna was born and raised in a rural small town in Mexico. She was the daughter of her single mother who loved and cherished her in the most unusual of ways. Mrs. Pravuna was a believer in the ways of her forefathers, who practiced their tribal traditions for thousands of years. It had become part of their family heritage. Down the line, it became part of Larissa's life. Growing up, she had seen her mother perform her rituals using voodoo magic. She claimed to influence the daily affairs of her life, from love and happiness to sometimes justice or revenge. Though she never needed the use of negative energy to manifest her desires, wishes, and wants. To Larissa, these rituals and offerings were a means of entertainment, especially after she moved to the city for college. In these years, Larissa became quite distant from her mother and her family traditions, and eventually, she met Cole and settled with him, starting a life of her own. But her mother, as any mother is, was always worried for her. Before Larissa left for the city, she performed a ritual to summon the spirits of her ancestors to look over her. Mama, I don't think I need that. I mean, has it really ever come in handy? You have to stop giving credit to oldies and give credit to yourself. Been a great mother all on your own. Child, if only you understood the power of voodoo, you wouldn't have given me the credit. I'm nothing without the blessings of the spirits. Just to make her mother content, Larissa packed the box in her trunk. She left for the city. She got a decent job and rented an apartment. But life was pretty lonely for Larissa. At least until she met someone she really liked. It all started from one afternoon when Larissa entered a bookshop to pass the time. That's where she was introduced with Cole. Cole worked at the shop as a freelance writer and advertised his work there. He was charming, attractive, had a great sense of humor, and Larissa really liked him. She read all his books and tried to spend time with him. I couldn't put that book down. It was amazing, Cole. Thanks. You gotta give me an autograph. Over time, Larissa and Cole developed a cordial relationship. Deep down inside, Larissa wanted something more, and things were working great. Until a new member joined the Writers Club. Rachel. She was beautiful. Her hair, her body, everything about her. And Larissa was jealous. Look at her, eating chicken. But Larissa didn't despise Rachel because she was better. She couldn't stand her presence because Rachel had the attention of Cole. Cole was crazy about Rachel, like Larissa was crazy about him. And the worst part was, Rachel seemed to like Cole back. I read your latest work, Cole. It was really interesting. Are you going to make a sequel? I'll be looking forward to reading it. If you're impressed by my work, you should take a look at Rachel's latest novel. She's a very talented writer. I've read it twice so far. It amazes me every time. Oh, yeah, I read it a bit. I fell asleep. Didn't find it that compelling. Hey, what are you guys talking about? Larissa was just saying she liked my book. It was Larissa. And yeah, I love your book. I wanted to discuss a few points with you. Maybe we should get coffee together or something? Sure. I'd love to learn a few tricks from you. Oh no. I wanted to ask you a few questions myself. How about tomorrow at 6? At SA Cafe? But Cole, we were going to go to a reading and signing session at the mall. Aren't you coming? Of course, on another date, alright? Larissa suddenly went from a good friend to a third wheel. And as the days went by, she realized she was losing Cole to this Barbie who popped out of nowhere. Larissa was devastated. Cole rarely had any time for anybody else. All he thought about was pleasing Rachel. And every passing day made Larissa a little more depressed and a little more hopeless about her love life. But in all this, when Rachel crossed the line, Larissa decided she had to do something about it. Cole, what is it with you and Rachel? Give other people a chance too, will you? She's not that great. Looks like someone's a little jealous. Jealous? Of what? I'd never change myself to be like someone else. I doubt that. You know I'm better than you. I'm prettier than you. I'm a tigress. And you're a what? Fluffy little bird? Pigeon, maybe. Pigeon? Larissa felt like crying, but she was never going to let Rachel spot a tear of hers. She held her breath and walked into the bookshelves, hoping nobody would notice her. She dried up her tears and tried to gather her composure, but all she truly wanted to do was disappear. She peered through the spaces of the bookshelf and watched Cole and Rachel joking and fooling around. She gripped her fist in rage, trying to hold back her anger, when something caught her eye. A book, kept all the way on the bottom shelf to the corner. Voodoo magic. Love or hate. Find the solution to every mistake. Larissa knew exactly what to do. She immediately went back home and ravaged through her closets. In the corner, hidden under numerous clothes, bags, and junk, she saw the box her mother had packed for her. Larissa made herself an altar She arranged all the special items, the anointing oil, the patchouli root, the cedar chips and rose petals. But Larissa had to make a choice. In my family, many have used us for harm and vengeance. But let me warn you, malice and ill will is never a good idea. Larissa decided to use a love spell on Cole. She could care less about Rachel. Taking away Cole from her was a good enough revenge. Larissa chanted her spells and anointed the oils of the voodoo doll of Cole for days on. But it seemed that Cole's desire for Rachel was stronger than the spell itself. Larissa had to increase the power of her doll. She had to make the message clearer and summon Cole's inner spirit. And there was only one way to do that. She had to make Cole love her. To make Cole feel the love she experienced for him, she had to hurt him. She hurt him and stood there beside him when no one else cared to come forward, especially not Rachel. The broken arms, the broken leg, the pain in the back, and all the love and care that Larissa could give him in the process made Cole realize how much Larissa felt for him. It was her love spell, after all. Don't they say, the ones you love can hurt you the most? Rachel was long out of Cole's life, and Larissa's voodoo magic was working great. In the near future, she wouldn't have to use it anymore. Cole was blinded by her love anyway. But the issues began when Cole started to sense that something was up, something supernatural. He discovered candles, pins, tarot cards, and herbs in the house, which belonged to none other than Larissa herself. Luckily, Larissa got out of the mess with a white lie. But then, Cole visited a spiritualist who offered him a potion to reverse the effects of her magic. Larissa was devastated the moment he saw her sprinkle it around the house. She immediately made up an excuse to cleanse the entire house of any interfering powers. Larissa got away with it once, twice, but she knew she wouldn't get away with it forever. She had to strengthen her powers. Cole suddenly woke up, shaking in fear. He jumped up in his bed. Larissa was sitting next to him. She looked worried. "Lay down. You look like you were having a bad nightmare. What happened?" "When did we leave Mount Shasta?" What are you talking about? That's tomorrow. Do you still have that headache? Yeah, it's terrible. Let me make you some soup. Maybe it'll make you feel better. Cole laid back down and smiled at Larissa. I don't know what I'd do without you. I love you, Larissa. If you enjoyed this story, please like and subscribe to my channel and share this video with your friends and family.